Sorry about that. Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. You missed some of the read aloud dialogue, but she's just blathering on about herself.
Far-fetched though it may sound, I believe that with your crystal eye, I may be able to pick up where they left off and follow the remaining trail to Thancred. That is, if I have your permission.
Well, the poor sod's not going to find himself. So, as long as you don't drop it or take it out of my sight, you may do with it what you will.
Thank you, Master Matoya. Then let us begin. From the Black Shroud, the trail continues to the north and west, towards a mountain, the foot of Som Al. It was a near thing, but he was not deposited within the rock. I think.
The hunters of Tailfeather know those lands well. I say we begin our search there.
Seems legit, seems legit. Man, I was only off by like 2 minutes. Such is life, I suppose. It's okay. For this recording, for this episode, I'll just go a little bit shorter. Like maybe 20 to 30 minutes. Probably more digestible anyway. But when you're recording for an MMO, I just can't really, for like a game like Dark Souls, 30 minutes seemed like more than enough for recording, because it allows the recorder plenty of time to make mistakes and to shuffle through his inventory and crap. Please. But for, an MMO, it's like, there's lots of inventory management. There's lots of travel. Things just, wind up taking time. Like, some of these cutscenes are longer than speed runs of, like Sekiro and shit. Isle of Val must have been quite a place. It's too bad she said it was obliterated. Several sketches of Thancred, huh? Got a photographic memory for faces, huh? So that's the truth of it then, huh? I never thought of learning a skill to impress a woman. I just sort of bemoan the fact that I never seemed to know any woman that liked video games. So when I was growing up in school and stuff, like some girls did play video games. It was just they were few and far in between. And the ones that did, that I knew did, or whatever, you know, they weren't into the same games as me, and they also weren't, you know, attractive to me. So it was like, it's kind of a shame to admit it, but I was always trying to go after these really pretty girls that, you know, were quite a ways out of my league, and also, honestly, had nothing in common with me. It took a long time for me to lower my standards on physical appearance, but I didn't really lower them that much, for one thing, and for another, the main thing about it was I stopped being interested in girls that I knew for a fact weren't ever going to have anything to do with me. When I say it took a lot longer than I think I was in I was like 23 or 24 by the time I really realized that my problems with women were partially self-imposed. I don't know. Not that you shouldn't aspire to, you know, find someone who clicks in all the right ways, right? Like, is physically attractive to you, is mentally attractive to you, is spiritually attractive to you, and whatnot. But, you know, at some point, right, like, if someone's interested in you, and, you know, the only thing that's wrong with them is, like, you know, maybe they're a little fat, or maybe, you know, their nose is crooked or something. Like, too many people obsess over perfection and facial symmetry and things like that. I'm not saying that you should think that ugly people are beautiful or anything, but, you know, not every girl can be in, you know, makeup artist level, you know, makeup with, you know, surgically precise tits and, you know, enough junk in the trunk to put down an elephant, you know. They're just people too, full of insecurities and fears, anxieties, and they poo. I know that's a far departure from what's going on in the story. We're talking about girls, you know, having human bodily functions. But, well, it's what comes to mind. A little slow, a little late. Oh, that's the fate. Okay, I was like, oh, they're getting their butt whooped. Should I help? But no, it's an NPC. Ooh. Yeah, I've been meaning to get around to that actually, you know, Ravana Extreme. Clyde can't do it alone, I need help. Guess I could have PF'd it. You know what would be funny is if I could PF Ravana Extreme real quick. You know what? Let's give it a try, right? If it doesn't fill within like 5 minutes, you know, I won't waste your time. But, submit most of these. Excuse me. See if anything bites. This is, well, unexpected, but
To the song of ringing steel! Furious as a blaze!
taking double damage now. Oh right, we got our blood gauge now. It's pretty interesting. Basically, every time you do Soul Eater, you get 20 blood. Once you get 50 blood, you can do a big hit. 600 potency attack.
Wilt thou yield?
This is the it was called Slaughter in, I think, in story mode. But yeah, you see some nice
Thus does the sacred rite of combat proclaim the victor. I'll...
Hive Spear and, ooh, both Orchestrion things. Let's see if they stuck around for Bismarck. I just want to get these out of the way, you know? Tanking is straight up busted these days. I realized how big this thing actually was. Music. Let's see if they'll smack the Pope. This might be weird. Maybe I should have focused on the same one with them. He's boned. Fire. He could probably solo this on Gunbreaker, but If it winds up taking too long, it's not that important to get Thornton of all things done. While we're waiting, though, we can, let's see. We can go back to the Vath Storyteller real quick. Already being in the area and whatnot. A little kid gave them. Don't know why I teleported to climb Cloud Top to turn this in. Manai. All right. Well, this will be a slaughter. Better not be one of those people that says sec and then doesn't do anything about it. Like, I mean, doesn't say, you know, oh, a Beck. Always drives me crazy. In my old raid group, there's Bard, and she's a wonderful person, but very, very often she'll be like, be right back, or AFK, and then she'll come back and not say, I'm back. And people like that drive me insane. Except for the hat. That's a pretty cool gland. I guess the dragoons are independent of those two. I always thought it was a phase thing. Guess we killing them before Sir Sephirin is an issue. Seems legit. Oh yes, we need to go back to the Four Lands. That was all a distraction, you see. pretty nice to go into those fights and, you know, even if I'm basically like wielding a butter knife in comparison to the level 80 people, you know, just to live through the fight, like, and actually participate in it in a meaningful way. Let's put our visor up, I guess. Yeah, yeah. Visor up, visor up.
Who else could be? Thancred! It could be Thancred! We must hurry!
I don't think Thancred would be dumb enough to 1v1 a primal. He doesn't have the echo. They outnumber us. Oh, we're all getting echo visions, huh? It's like staring into a mirror.
This day, we reclaim the reins of history. This day, we rid ourselves of the Ascians forever!
Fools playing at heroes, all of you. Is this how you believe you can save your world?
We can and we will, Ascian. You shall see. Or perhaps you will not!
So he's killed an Ascian before.
So you are the warrior of light. The savior of Eorzea. It's a wonder you didn't come sooner, what with the primal and all. Lost a step, have we?
Well, actually, I did kill it just a second ago with some party finder blokes,
Have
but
care. The ether moves strangely around him.
It would seem we share a common enemy. Mayhap you would tell us who you are.
Shall we show them?
throwing daggers. Ooh, one-eyed Thancred.
Not very sporting of you to interrupt. But so be it. Mark well our faces, warrior of light. For we are the warriors of darkness. Walkers of a different path. And we shall meet again.
I do like them. They're making the Lalafell pay the teleport fee.
Warriors of Darkness? Really?
Thancred! Are you all right?
Pleasantries can wait. I'd rather not be here when the Nath arrive. Agreed?
Well. We could milk this one out, I guess. Yeah, let's go for it.
Suffice it to say, our reunion was not at all as I pictured it. Waiting until the last instant to join the fray. 'Tis plain you have not lost your appetite for the dramatic.
My appetite for the dramatic? Have you forgotten the circumstances of our party? The heroic last stand, the tunnel filling with light, and then, had I known you intended to use forbidden magics to deliver me to some god's forsaken wilderness, I would have thanked you in advance.
Thancred.
If nothing else, you might have warned me that I would emerge from the live stream in the all together. Eventually, I managed to fashion knives from some obsidian I found, and set about hunting for meat and hides. Given that I'm not all that skilled in leatherworking, it's probably for the best that I met the Vath before I was reunited with you.
So you were the fleshling clothed in skins of whom the storyteller spoke.
A description which fit me as ill as the skins themselves. Happily, I was able to trade with the Vath for garments better becoming a man of refinement. From them, I learned of Ravana, and of the great warrior who had once laid him low.
And thence did you conclude that were you to track the Primal's movements, it would surely bring you into contact with the Scions once more.
It seemed a reasonable assumption. I could think of no one else with your enthusiasm for slaying beastmen gods. Until now, that is.
Ah, yes. The self-proclaimed warriors of darkness. 'Tis only fitting that they stand in opposition to the warrior of light, I suppose.
I glimpsed the leaders past, if only for a moment. They were confronting a man in black. An Ascian, I think.
If these warriors are capable of doing battle with Ascians and Primals both, they must be possessed of powerful protection. Protection not unlike the Echo.
It's an Echo Bonanza. Heh. Yep, he sure did. Aw, isn't that... That's, her dialogue right there would have to change depending on which city-state you're from. So, if you were from Limsa, she would say, where I found Clyde. And if you're from Ul'dah, it would be where Thancred found Clyde. But since we're from Gridania, she mentions Ida and Papalimo, which I kind of like for this scene because they're not here. And so it makes us feel their value has been lost more keenly. Nope. She was all, save yourself, I'll hold them back. Even though, I mean, Y'shtola collapsed the tunnel, so either she was crushed to death under the rocks, which they didn't find any bodies, or she was swept up in the teleportation magic, and it's also, you know, drifting on the live stream or somewhere weird. For 1,000 years have I mourned my beloved, who gave her life to forge a peace thy king betrayed. Such was my lot, until a child of Ishgard came unto me. For want of warmth she wrapped herself in her dream, and the world will remember her deeds. For truth she fought, for justice she sinned. For redemption she sacrificed, and became as light. To follow one's heart, to have faith in one's convictions, be it for weal or be it for woe. Such is the folly and the glory of man, and of dragon. He hath entrusted the choice to us, and we have made it. We will keep faith with you who walk in the light. Aw. Hell yeah. We're shaping up to be a badass battle crew here. Got 2 mages, got 2 melees. Just need a ranged physical. Uh-oh. Longer than anticipated cutscenes.
Even as the Scions celebrated the return of a long-lost friend, honorable men plotted to deprive them of another.
Don't you mean dishonorable men?
Honorable men, to whom Sir Emmerich was no hero, but a scheming patricide.
That's his battle armor. How did the knife actually get
Honorable
through?
men who would fain wash the paving stones of Foundation with the tyrant's blood.
Yeah, whatever.
Honorable men whose knife in the dark was the spark which set the city aflame, and who sang as it burned.
Guess does this still count for Thompson's memoir on the events of Heavensward? Okay, we're gonna have to stop the video here. You know, we literally have no time for anything else. We can't risk it. We can't risk it. Not this time. I've already done an hour longer than I intended to. So, until next time, friend. Stay safe and have a good day.